Hi everyone, welcome to Diana Q TV. I hope everybody's doing well this evening. Today I would like to talk about 3I Atlas and consciousness. We already know, after more than 4 months of having watching this comet, as we thought in the beginning, now we know for a fact that is not a comet. It's not a comet. It's an interstellar object. Actually, is a vessel driven by intelligent consciousness. Why do we know that this is the case? According to my understanding, 3I Atlas has proven not to be a comet because of multiple anomalies. For instance, it is not pulled by the gravitational field of the sun, which that is something that would happen if it was a real comet. So, we can assume or conclude, or it's a theory, it's a vessel that has its own gravitational field, which actually makes total sense. We also can see through its trajectory that is a very intelligent trajectory that follows the Fibonacci sequence, sacred geometry, blah, 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 visiting different planets for a particular reason that I will share with you in a moment. So the trajectory is very intelligent with a purpose. And that's how I'm going to close my video with. Why are they choosing this particular trajectory? They're pretty smart. Also, we already know that this vessel, I'm going to call it vessel from now on, is speeding at like super accelerated, fast speed. And that's something that a comet doesn't do. So it changes its velocity and its speed as it travels through time, through space. A comet doesn't do that. We also know that this vessel is emitting carbon dioxide. A comet doesn't do that. We also know that this particular vessel or comet, if you were to think about it like that, doesn't have any iron on it, which it would be the normal thing for a comet to have that particular mineral, but it doesn't have iron. It has different alloys of different metamaterials. For example, nickel, an alloy of nickel, and that's exactly the same material that the secret space programs here on Earth, the military industrial complex that is dark. I mean, dark meaning that you don't know about it. They use nickel for the vessels that actually have the capacity to travel off Earth. Yes, we're talking about anti-gravity, but that's another rabbit hole. Right now we're talking about 3I. I'm talking about 3I Atlas. What else do we know about it? It is interacting with our sun through its electromagnetic field. Not only it is recharging it itself, the vessel. Now we're going to talk about who they are. They are recharging from the sun and vice versa. they are recharging from the sun, and they are giving it back to the sun, and that's why the sun is emitting so many today, for example, as we speak, coronal mass ejections, like massive. Not only that, but it's also affecting the Schumann resonance, the heartbeat of Gaia, Mother Earth, Christos, Sophia, going spike white. I have an app that follows the Schumann resonance, and in these last 3 days, through these coronal mass ejections from the sun and the Schumann resonance, we can all feel it. Can't you feel it? Can you feel that something is not quite right, or something is going on inside your energy field? Can you feel it? Like, really? We can all feel it, obviously. We are all one in consciousness at the end. I mean, at the end and at the beginning. What else? The reason why is interacting with our sun, which is actually a portal to our souls, the origin of our souls incarnated here on earth, is interacting with our sun to raise our frequency, our vibration, and our waking up in human consciousness so that we can actually go into 4th and 5th dimensional consciousness. That includes technology, obviously, but when we are smart enough to handle the technology and not blow up ourselves like we did in Tiamat or Mars or Atlantis. But that's another rabbit hole. But now we are ready. Human consciousness, we have already hit the critical mass. And that's why I'm making this video, because with these 3i atlas coming into our solar system, what is the purpose? Now the question is, now that we know that is intelligent consciousness, who is it, this intelligent consciousness driving this vessel, so to speak? Okay, so they say, could be multiple ET races, including humans, or a plasma with a very high spiritual consciousness. The ETs are physical or energetical or plasma, depending on what density they belong to, or the race and their DNA. Why it is my feeling that their intention is positive towards humankind? Because when there is the bad ETs, so to speak, they break the law of free will and the prime directive, which is pretty much the law of the universe and how the galactic and universal world works with advanced human consciousness. The prime directive means you do not intervene with a lesser level of race or planet. You let them grow, let them grow up by themselves, let them make their own boo-boos, let them stand up, let them figure it out. Unfortunately, this process brings suffering, but hey, at the end, we are all one. And even what we consider negative is actually a catalyst to advance us faster into figuring out who we are, remembering who we are, meaning a fractal of source, of the divine. But we have to go through this matrix and this hologram of reality. And now precisely that's why Perceive's 3-eye atlas is coming in, most likely with multiple ET consciousness, including human and plasma consciousness, who have the best intention for humanity. Why are they the good ones? Because, as I said before, the bad ones break the prime directive and will land on the lawn of the White House, for example, freaking everybody out. All the religious people will freak out because of cognitive dissonance, and all the people will riot against the governments lying to us for eons of time about all the technology that they have, including, healing technology, anti-gravity, free energy, etc., etc. The rabbit hole. Just follow the money and then you will figure out who's in control of everything. My point is that at the end, 3-eye atlas, to my understanding, are brothers and sisters that are coming to give us a little lift for humanity to start opening up that veil of consciousness, thinking that we are the only intelligent beings in the whole universe and the galaxy and the infinite. It doesn't make any sense. So now it is time for us, humanity as a collective, to accept that, first of all, we are not alone. We have never been alone. And now we are conscious and evolved enough to accept that the universe is infinite and there are infinite species of intelligent beings, conscious, in the cosmos. Duh. So they are taking this long path of the trajectory to give us time to start wondering, oh my God, who's this? Who? First of all, what the hell is this? Is it a meteorite? Okay, no. Now we know it is not. Da-da-da. And now we know that it's intelligent. And now different news are going in the social media. They are the bad dudes. They are the good dudes. And in the mainstream media, obviously, they're always going to go for fear. They're never going to tell you the real truth. NASA's never going to tell you the truth. Blah, 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 blah. My point is, it is up to you to figure it out. According to my understanding, they have positive intentions. They are taking all this long trajectory so that we have time to figure out, to consider, like, what is this? Start questioning. Obviously, this presence of this vessel is going to shake all the religions and the paradigms of theosophy, philosophy, anthropologically, biology, DNA, or our origin, our sacred texts, and all of that. So at the end, it's all inclusive. We are all of us, we are on it. So let's just, I would say, let's just open this opportunity with an open heart and pray for discernment. Meditate, go within, and they are showing up, they are coming over here to give humanity the chance. Right now we are at that breaking point where we, as humanity, as human beings, as our beautiful race, we have the choice to choose civil war because of cognitive dissonance and rioting against the government and the powers that be, and the harsh truth of all the truth that is coming soon after the government shutdown is gonna finish, hopefully on Friday. And then, oh my gosh, you will see shit is gonna hit the fan. Things are gonna be wibbly-wobbly for a minute, but at the end, all the truth is gonna come out. People are gonna be awake of who runs the world, the truth, and how the good people that have been working for the light behind the scenes, behind the scenes 17, for example, and all the beautiful spiritual people that are holding space with truth and love for humanity. Everybody is doing their job. Everything is going to be fantastic and beautiful. So we're going to choose cognitive dissonance and rioting and civil war and hating each other and continuing the same shit all over again? Or are we going to graduate in the and have an understanding of diversity, meaning we are not alone and we are all one, and we should just live in peace and harmony with respect and not judgment? Is that so difficult? And so no fear. What I believe is just no fear. So we have those choices, fear or love. I choose trust in the flow of the truth and on the positive timeline that has already been secured. What else? So after all of this disclosure, a lot of high advanced healing technologies are coming forward. And I believe that's it that I had to share with you. I believe you just go within and find your own answers. But at the end, the point is, don't listen to the mainstream media. There is no fear. There is not going to be an alien invasion. Whatever. And just trust the flow. And for all those people that follow religions, I have compassion for you with all my heart. Could you just please have an open mind and an open heart to embrace a new paradigm and a new reality? Well, that's my personal understanding about all this situation. Love and no fear. And thank you for listening. Peace out.